Brothers and sisters, we are back again. We are live and we are now tight for the show. So you can, like we said, our lines are open now and you can call to bring your contributions as regards to the matter on the ground. And that is all about how we are going to come to the point of where we can vote for a referendum 2015. How are we going to make that to happen? So, brothers and sisters, we are on and we are live now. Call in and make your voice heard. We are still, like I said, we have a brother who will be calling in by 8:30 p.m. German time here. You'll be hearing from him because he has something, an important information he wishes to share with us all. And we are ready and we'll be waiting to hear from him. And anything good will be accepted by the Biafran men and women. Any wonderful idea, wonderful speech, acknowledgement, we are going to follow it up and make sure that we do all we can to get to where we want to be. Brothers and sisters, like I said, if I continue to go on, I still make you know that the meeting in Spain is for real. You call on your coordinators, your group leaders. Try as much as possible to do the job of coordination this time to bring them to light of what the best thing to do is, which we know is the unification of the Biafran men and women. That is the first thing that is going to lead us and the first thing that's going to bind us before we can scare through. While I continue to wait for your calls and continue to also wait for our brother who, because it's not time, I think he have 5 minutes now. He said 8:30. We are going to be receiving him if he calls. So that will not be my making again. I have given an appointment with him. He called to give that appointment and that it was accepted. So it's left for him now to fulfill his promise, coming up and call the Biafran men and women to tell them what he has for them. We are on and we are live here, BVI International Germany, now turned into Europe for the benefit of all our brothers and sisters, no matter wherever you are in the world. This is your radio TV station, and we hope you take it so and walk with us in one heart and unity. There is no need we fighting ourselves. There is no need we showing the world that we are stupid while we think we are wise. It is left for us to see that we can use this time to do as we think we are, being wise. That's what we think we are. It's left for us to prove it. If we don't prove it, our wisdom, it will just amount to talking and talking and talking. And the Biafra men don't believe they are talkatives. Although we have succeeded in calling ourselves names, we have succeeded in damaging ourselves, but I think it's high time we stop all that and behave like true Biafrans we are. Like I believe in this very struggle, there is no one who is desperately fighting every day, doing everything they are doing, that they are not looking for the actualization of Biafra. But what I know it is, there is a situation of doing the right thing the wrong way. Or if you want, you can also turn it vice versa to be doing the wrong thing the right way. Either ways, they are wrong. What we should be talking about is doing the right thing the right way. And that is what we want to start from this very moment to be talking about, to forget about calling names, spoiling faces, fighting one another to understand that we are on it together. I don't want to say reveal anything at this moment, but I will only tell you I had a very wonderful and it was okay for me because whenever I have good interactions with people who really matters in this struggle and hearing their approach becomes a little bit soft, that is always pleasing my mind because I know from there we can move forward. I don't want to say much about that, but I leave it for now about what exactly or who exactly I spoke with and what exactly was spoken. But I tell you, the only thing I can tell you, brothers and sisters, it was a very, very pleasant discussion that might lead us to the success we so seek. But the topic of tonight is about how we can get to the stage of calling for a referendum. If you know it, if you have an idea, because I believe it's not been easy for people to reconcile with this very idea. Like I was trying to say yesterday, even the people who believe in the non-violence approach to actualization of Biafra find it also difficult to accept the idea of referendum because of the time it costs to get to that point. But our people say, "Bami Siakbara Monday, Shigina Monday is not the same." You don't have to think about all those things that happen to other people. You use them as examples and you try to work your own differently to see if you can get it in your own way. Because everything and everybody has their own luck. The Biafra as a nation or as a people have his own luck as a nation. The people who are made up in Biafra land are not the people who are made up in all these other countries. So the possibility is there that we can get our own through our own luck. So we don't have to discard that. We don't have to put that idea away or that belief away from our mind. There is a lot of job to do, quite alright to get to that. But the first job to do is to start working towards it. First of all, come to the meeting in Spain. A much more agreed policies will come out where we have to go into much more active and determined movement. There is a lot of things we can do to get to that. And of course, coupled the natural magic in it is that we all know that Nigeria is going to have a little shake, if not much shake. Let's just call it a little shake come 2015. So if that is so, it is an opportunity because people have used such opportunities and it was the magic of it all. It was fast. Like I was saying, people will say we don't have a backbone like the Crimeans had. That is Russia behind them to be able to defend them or to stand behind them solidly that every other people had fear to attack them. That same opportunity, that's what I said. The circumstances are not going to be the same, but the results might be the same. We have that opportunity in another way. We have that opportunity that Crimea has to have the support of Russia when they so needed them because they speak one language with Russia. Russia accepted this and defended and stand by them. So nobody else could easily grab them or pull them back or belittle or subdue them. They made it and they are successful today. That very to our own circumstance now, that very Russia is the Jonathan who like Russia was in the side of Crimea because they spoke the same language or they are speaking the same language. It's the same thing that Jonathan will be on our side because he's a Biafran. So we have the possibility of having that backbone and that support in another way. It must not be another country. Let's not just compare things and say, but which country? You know, the ways you understand things make it difficult for those things to work out for you. If you understand it in a workable manner, they will come. I think the call is coming in now, brothers and sisters. I have to take it. Hello? Hello? Yeah, good. Okay, good evening. Am I speaking online? You are live online on BVI International Germany. I've already told people that you will be calling tonight to make a special broadcast, so it's left for you now to introduce yourself, and the line is all open for you.
Yeah, good evening, fellow listeners and wonderful people around the world. My name is Mika Moked from Ethiopia, Agwata local government area, Anambra State, Biafra. So, what I'm trying to say is that we the people of the Biafra who born after the Biafran war, we don't know exactly where our food have to be and or where our, I don't know exactly how to say it. But I'm calling the two radio Biafra that we have now. I know that the Biafran people around the world have two radio now. RBL and BVI, and I like it. And I will also encourage all the Biafrans around the world, man, woman, and children, to always know that we are all Biafrans. Because when the two elephants is fighting, the grass is suffering. And we that born after the war are suffering most because we never met this war, and we did not create it. We did not know the pain, exactly the pain, or how quantity of pain the people who went the war suffered. But we born after the war and still visit our own pain, and still living with the pain and grow up with the pain and still in the struggle now. I'm calling everybody, all the Biafrans around the world, to know that we are all human beings and we have to come together and we have to allow everybody to exist. And we have to we have to manage everything that we have, whether good or bad, whether piece or pieces or everything. We have to know that we didn't make it, but we saw it like this and we born with it. I don't like seeing other Biafrans criticizing us and the other people criticizing each other and quarreling with each other. Me myself, I'm making it clear. I don't have any problem with anybody, any Biafran man or woman, and I don't make any problem with anybody. And I don't want to party in a particular if anybody have a problem. I'm seeing the people having problem with each other. If you have problem, please go and solve this problem alone. I don't want people to bring issue of Biafra and put me inside here that I have to make problem with anybody. I have time to see all the Biafrans around the whole world. I have time to see everybody, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are strong or weak, whether you are in good situation or in bad situation. I want everybody to recognize each other. We are all Biafrans. Whether you go to school or not, whether you speak very good English or not. Because when people speak in English are taking the chance and they're taking everywhere, dominating the media and everything. The people who don't have any opportunity to go to school are feeling the pain of speech. I'm one of them too. It's not going to school is not about having knowledge. A lot of people have their own knowledge with trying to develop it now that it's media time. So I have to develop my own knowledge. What I learned, my experience about Biafra, how I've been treated raise up to tell this story, what they were hearing is criticizing those who go to school and those who did not go to school. And they will feel they will feel inferior. I don't want any Biafran man, wherever you are, to feel any inferior again. You are human beings. And I don't want you to see anybody that you know anybody is greater than you. Nobody is greater than each other. We are all equal before God. So we are all human beings. That is what I'm telling all the Biafrans around the world. All this criticizing have to stop. All this discrimination have to stop. All this intimidation have to stop. Because when anybody who is criticizing others have to count it on his own account. Don't count it on that person don't have to count it on the whole of Biafra. Are you getting me? I don't want to see people criticizing each other. That is the discrimination. I don't want to see any Biafrans criticizing anybody. If you are good, if you are better, if you are educated, it's your own. Anybody, those who did not have any opportunity to go to school have to also to live. We are all Biafrans. I want anybody listening to me, stop criticizing each other. Stop discriminating against each other. If you have opportunity to go to school, that is your privilege. If your mother feed you well and they make you to live anywhere you want, they send you or your family do that, that is your privilege you have from your family. There is a lot of others also who don't have the privilege like me. And we also have to manage in our own way, all in the name of Biafran. I want also to talk, because I see where the two media, I'm talking in this media today. Even, I don't know if I can give an example from which country. In the Gambia, they have many TV stations, and they are working in the Gambia as a Gambian television. They have Gamtel, Apricel, and everything. They are all Gambian network.
Online,
I don't
right?
know I don't know why we cannot support what we have. But we can support everything everybody have, other people have. But we find it very difficult to support our own, what we have. What is going on? If people are criticizing anybody laying his voice and criticizing any Biafra man, I want the whole world to know that that person is not up to what he is trying to. If anybody cannot give a life, if he cannot create a life and give a life, you don't need to control a life and you don't need to control it. I want every Biafran to feel like a human being even at once. Not when few people are gathered and be trying to make other people to feel inferior and weak. Everybody is a human being. Another one, we have children everywhere in the whole world. I don't know if we can teach these children how to quarrel or how to intimidate or how to insult people or how to unite with the love and peace and the unity. If the Biafrans don't know what they have, I will tell them. We don't need to go to war and destroy all the children's future. These children is love. We need to teach them love. And when they started practicing it over 10 years or 20 years, that have been in existence for eternity. How can we teach our children from Germany to unite with our children in Holland? How to teach our children in Holland to unite with our children in England? What are we planning for them? We are criticizing each other and quarreling with each other without planning anything for the children's future. I don't like it. When I see all this, it's telling me, it's giving me a lot of painful. And when I try to talk, people don't want to listen to me. And doing. But I know where it's going to hurt them, because anybody take it on his own with this discrimination and intimidation, we find something what he wants. This world today doesn't exist by intimidating people and discriminating divide anybody. Only human beings divide each other. God never separates each people. Only human beings try to separate each other. God never make border. We are making all this border for ourselves.
Yes.
By intimidating people, who are you? Who tell you to talk? Why do you talk? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Not giving everybody freedom to talk. We can make very good use of what we have if we know how to use it or if we have the time for that. Not quarreling and discriminating, it cannot help us. It can only destroy the future of New Biafra. Not me. I'm 36 years by Saturday. So I have lived with the sufferness of Biafra, with what I have suffered in my life. I think I thank God if I die tomorrow. I am 36 years of experience. So there's people who stay 10 years, 12 years, who never see anything. Which is, if we do what they have to do, they will suffer it. So people have to think what we are doing. People have to learn, because we never learn. We need to learn. If you make things practical or something, you have to make it theory also. You live in another person's land. You don't want to learn the language. And every time we are complaining, things is hard in Europe, things is hard everywhere, things is hard everywhere. Why we are making it? We live, if somebody come in Igbo land and live, you don't want to learn the language. How can the person communicate with the village woman who don't speak English, who don't speak the language? We people are what is happening to us sometimes is from our hand. But if we start laying blame, I will blame all the Biafrans around the whole world who have traveled before me. But I don't need to blame anybody. Everybody has his own right to live according to his mind, to the best of his freedom and ability. I'm encouraging all the Biafrans, stop insulting anybody, whether the person is good or bad. My mother explained to me, I called my mother sometimes ago. I always still calling her. She tell me how they eat even rat, even the obajando. Many things that is not eatable. They eat it just to what? To survive. So during this time, there is also people who can get some help from somewhere. So you don't blame anybody in this Biafran issue. What I have seen from my own experience, I don't need to blame anybody. I only come to bring the pieces together to the broken heart. Because if we started talking about the Biafra issue, it's a broken heart. Everybody is terrible. I was born 1978 in Ethiopia. Uga Airport is in Agwata. Ethiopia is in Agwata. That is where everything happened. We used to trek from Ethiopia to Uga to go and see where this strange things happening. Every burial ground here, no, it's untold. Every family buried about 12 or 15 people in their family. If many people were talking about where this 3.5 million, where this over 3.5 million Biafrans died, visit Anambra State, where I was born. My mother lost two children during the war, and after the war, my younger brother and younger sister died too. Because of what? The hunger. We were born when everything were destroyed, where the grass is not growing up. Everywhere is died. Everything is died. It's where we born. No water, nothing. Even in Agwata today, before you can only find water in Obuzu, Oga, and the Bologudia. No, everywhere you can find water. Up to today is dry land. All the water there left. Anybody from Agwata, tell me where we get water. What happened to the water we have before? All the water we have in Ebuku, Ethiopia, the Globe, where they just left and go. Because of what? Our We trek from Isuoke to Nanka, Iyago Nanka, from Isuoke to Obuzuga, from Isuoke to Iyoko to go and fetch water to drink. If you go to school in England, if you go to school in America, listen, I'm telling you the kind of school I go. I carry water from my head, 20 liter, 25 liter. Go to Iyagananka, people die there also. People die sometimes in these rivers, fetching water to drink. This is what I do for many years. Even in Aba, when I go to Aba to serve as a slave master, you have to serve somebody to become somebody. Because if you have to serve, if you born from poor family and you want your younger ones, you don't want them to die because you are the older one. You have to go and serve somebody 6 years or more. Some do it 10 years, some serve. Even some are still serving now.
My brother, can you please hang on? Somebody is on the line just to introduce himself, then you come back again to say something. Please, if you are yeah, please introduce yourself and if you have something to say before our brother continues.
Yeah, my name is Ayadul. I'm calling from United Kingdom.
Oh, Ayadul, there's noise. I think our blessings are right there behind you, and they are giving us signal that they are there with you. We are happy about that, but you try to make them go a little bit out of the microphone, if you can, please.
Okay. Yeah. I want to commend the person that is speaking.
Yeah.
That is what all you have been preaching for unification.
Yes.
So I want him to call RPL and speak to them too, not only speaking here because you gave him the platform.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So he should try and call RBL and speak to them.
Okay. Yeah. My brother, I think you're hearing what he's saying.
Yeah.
You heard him.
To call who? To call LBL?
Yeah, he said, as you recognize that we, the Biafrans, we have two stations now working on behalf of the Biafran movement. You call one now, you still have to call the other so that everything will be balanced. That's what he's talking about.
I'm calling. I'm with them.
Okay.
I am with and what I'm talking. I'm new generation of Biafra, and we have the power. We are the new generation. The Biafran you people both of you are fighting for is for us. So, and we also know what is good for us. We can also train a lot of medias because there's a lot. Yorubas have been writing. If you check out the television station in Nigeria or all the newspapers and everything, Yorubas have been doing it for so long, and our people have been, thinking that because the Igbo people said if job so our people have been thinking that they cannot do it, and everybody is sleeping with a weak mind. So now we have to encourage them more. If anybody know what he can do it, or they are our best, because the Biafra you people are fighting to get for now is for us. We didn't fight the war, but we won here.
Okay, and at the same time, yeah, my brother, I would like to help you there because as Ifajuna said, to call the other station, I would like to make it a little. I wanted to keep it to myself, but I still have to say something about that. But I don't. Today, before I start this program, I had a private call with the director of RBL, and the call was successful. That was what I can tell you. It was a good discussion with him. But that's all I can say.
Hello?
Yeah, go on.
Only what I stand for is...
You heard what I said?
Yeah, only what I stand for is we are not a Nigerian, we are Biafrans. And anybody, when we want to be free, and anybody who is working to get us Biafra, we will recognize the person when he's in truth and honesty, not playing with our future, because
Yes, I think there's somebody else on the line. Let him introduce himself too before you continue. You will be hanging on there, no problem. Go on. Who is on the line there? I think that is our Biafran station. Can you please introduce yourself? Hello. Yeah, go on. Please, you try to off the music on your background, please.
Mine is breaking. I can't hear you.
I say there's music playing on your background and it's so noisy. Can you please try to keep it short?
Sorry. Sorry about that.
Yeah, thank you very much. And you can carry on now. We are live here.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Me now?
We can hear you loud and clear even before, but there was only a music at the background. But now you put it off. Go on.
My name is Asus Peters. Calling from Biafran land. Though not from the studio, but using the link of the studio, BVI Biafran land to call. I greet all esteemed listeners and all Biafran people worldwide, bringing you the greetings from Biafran land. And I want to extensively, Comrade Emmanuel Nwachukwu, your great what you're doing right there in Germany. Although I got the topic of the day, uh, um, I came into
The line is bad and the line is shaky.
topic or the issue that we are shooting, so that I wouldn't
No, with the issue at
submission outside
I mean
of today.
the topic on the ground before our brother. We have a brother here who tried to come up with an announcement and he has been doing it. He's from Germany here. I think he called to make an announcement, but my topic for the day remains where it is: the meeting in Spain and how we get to a point of referendum. Hello, that is what the topic is about, how we come to the point of a referendum.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that I don't cracking, but go on.
Okay, I said there's a brother who called before we started the program to say he wants to make an announcement, and he's here with us in the on the broadcast, and he's making that announcement, and it's a wonderful one. We have another brother too, I think, hanging with you on Skype there, who tried to make a contribution to that. And but my own topic I raised this night is about the unification and about how we can be able to get to a point of referendum. If people have idea on how to make that work, they can go on. Did you hear me?
All right, let me pick. I had.
Chinedu, is unfortunate we cannot hear you, so the whole line is just a wasted. All what we're doing now is wasted effort. We can't hear your voice. You
Can
can.
you hear me? What I'm saying, I'm hearing you clearly.
Yeah.
I'm saying that I am having an unfriendly noise coming from BVI studio in Germany. It's okay now. It's better now. All right. Let me quickly make a quick submission with regards to coming to referendum and how we can get to referendum. Referendum seeking the consensus approval or consent of the people on a particular issue. Referendum is a way of knowing people's mind on a particular issue, whether they stand for or against it. Using Scotland, which is just concluded last week, to cite an example. Now, in the case of Biafra freedom, the countries can get their independence without referendum. Without referendum is when there is nobody opposing them to be free. There is nobody opposing them to be free. The people, the people that are seeking for their freedom all agree that they are going to be free, and the people that they are demanding their freedom did not object to that. So in that case, you just let them go. There will be nothing like referendum. But in a situation whereby you are asking for your freedom, and some people think otherwise, and some people are saying there is no need for that at the moment, or there is no need for that at all, for that freedom at all, and there is contradicting and conflicting opinions on to whether the freedom should hold or not. On that point, the people will say, okay, let us put it into a vote. Let us cast our lot to know who are the number of people that says yes to the freedom and the number of people that says no to the freedom. On that ground, you can have referendum. Then on another issue on how can we get to the point of having a referendum, that is where strong media sensitization is needed. More work should be needed. There is needed to orient the people about the issue on ground. That is where before you come to a referendum, there are some things that must be done. One, like the lawyer made it clear on one of our programs on Fridays where we do Biafra legal matters and human rights activities. We made it very clear that referendum can only be conducted by two, can be enforced by two things. Number one is through the legislation. Legislators agreeing and voting for the people to conduct a referendum. And number two, through court declaration that people should conduct a referendum. In the aspect of Biafra situation, we do not have such people in the legislative arms, whether at the state level or at the national level, to raise the issue of a referendum or to initiate a proposal for a referendum for the Biafran people. And even if we have anyone or people there, we do not have the vote to push across the referendum to be accepted by the Hausa Fulani and the Yoruba West.
So, excuse me to that effect. What you're saying is that the referendum is completely out of the way.
No, I'm not finished yet. I'm on the issue of how will the referendum be conducted? How can we get to the point of referendum? And I'm considering and looking into critically the issues, the situation or circumstances of Biafra at the moment.
Okay, go on.
We are saying that referendum can be conducted in two ways. First is through legislative, and secondly through court. Legislation is where the house of the National Assembly or the State Assembly pass a vote that Biafra people should conduct a referendum in order to know whether they want their freedom or not. And at the moment, we're saying that Biafran people do not have the political will, or those political parties or politicians or leaders in the National Assembly or the legislative bodies across Nigeria that can say or that can propose a bill that will encourage Biafran people to conduct their referendum. And even if we have such people in the National Assembly to propose the bill that will enable Biafran people to conduct their referendum, we do not have the numerical power in the National Assembly to cast it out. And at the state level, all the politicians there are after their pockets. They are benefiting from the unity of Nigeria, and they are not talking about Biafran freedom. It is unfortunate that the only very genuine people that are allied with the plight of the ordinary people who have been suffering every day is the ones agitating that Biafra must be free. Because that is the hope of the common man, and not only to Biafran people, but also to other people that are entrapped within this contraption called Nigeria. So what will then another issue that we are going to consider, since the legislative arm will not work in the favor of Biafrans, is the court. Then how will the court give such an order that Biafra should conduct the referendum. You cannot write it off completely, but I can tell you practically that I have not seen that judge who have that moral, who have that moral ask Biafra.
Hello, your line is cutting off there, please. Can you come again? Yeah, go on, go on.
Are you still with me?
Yeah, go on. We are hearing you.
Hello, this guy, some noise from your side, please. Then finally, before I conclude, so that I'll allow other people to talk, since we have considered that even the court cannot give us clarification, the people, the role of the people, the role of the people to conduct the referendum is to come out en masse and decide and declare that it is high time for them to move away from this contraction. When we have this, at least 60% of the people come out and say we want to be free, these political elites will be mandated, will be forced, will be compelled to do what? To fall for the pressure of the masses. Now the problem we are having and challenges that we are facing is that the other people out there, the ordinary people out there, are so fragmented, are so weakened by poverty, by intimidation, by fear, and all the rest of them. That is why you don't see them coming out. And that is why we must channel more energy on sensitizing our people, trying to inspire them, motivate them to understand their legality and their right as Biafran people, even within Nigeria, so that they will not be afraid to come out and ask for their freedom. It is only when Biafran people come out to say, we want to be free, that is when the political allies will start asking and reacting in that line. Maybe, probably, from the pressure of the people, they will be forced to conduct a referendum. Thank you. That's my support. I remain also the
Thank you very much, and that was very, very wonderful. That was a very wonderful submission there. I hope you all heard it. We have two options that are legal. The next option is based and lies on our hand. And these two legal options, you can see that we don't have the chance to do it. The chances are not there because we don't have people in the House of Representative or Assembly or Senate that can do that for us, and that we don't have going to it to court means because of the system of governance in Nigeria. You see that it's going to be very impossible for a court like Tinedu tried to make us understand, a court judge in Nigeria to grant us referendum. So to that aspect, we wave these two sides away. The only chance left for us is on our hands, our own ability to be able to force it if we can do it, and we need to force it as soon as possible. That is what he's complaining again there, because of the division amongst us, which is what our brother here has been emphasizing on, and what he's trying to make us know, that we have to come together if we want to go anywhere. Even if we want to plan any movement by any means, we first need to come together as one before we can do it. My brother, I don't know if you are still there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. And our brother too from London is there on the line. I don't know which of you heard what he said and what I said. I said today, before I started this program, I called the director of RBL on his private number, and what I can tell you people tonight is that this discussion I had with him is hopeful. And I will continue to call him, not on radio, and call him on private line, so that we can have intimate discussion to see before the 24th, 25th, 26th, we can get the answer we need. That is coming together before we can start seeking any other thing. So my brother, you can go on if you still have something to say. Or our brother from London. Okay.
What I'm trying to say is, with that I'm with my own position. I'm 36 years old, so that is where I am basing my point. Because there are people who is older than me. They have to base their own point also where they come? What can we do? And I'm suggesting that we can have a different kind of program. If we can have more radio Biafra, it will be good for us. But we are everywhere in the whole world. We cannot be listening to one kind of program. We need to have an entertainment program where our children can be learning a lot of things from Biafra. Not some of them born in the Western world. Is their ear and the brain is very strong, is very soft to hear this kind of what we are presenting to them. But there's also where the other side we can make them to start finding out us interested. Where you can be playing our music, our traditional something, and our culture and everything, showing it to them, entertain them, showing them that we can also love. Not only war, we cannot teach them war, and they are not even ready to go to war, but they are very ever ready to help.
Yes.
Another one also is we that live in many countries around the world. We have different mentalities because if you live in Russia and using the Russian system, automatically you are Russian. If you live in England and using English system, automatically you are English, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
If you live in China and moving the same way using the China system, you are like Chinese. So if we try everywhere you live, whether in Senegal or the Gambia or Mali or Guinea or anywhere you live, or Mozambique, or Angola or Botswana or South Africa, if you live there 5 years or 4 years, automatically their system is running in your brain. If we are trying to communicate with each other in general, we have to learn how to understand each other.
Yeah.
That is only the problem we are having because we are still having the mentality that we are still the same. We are not the same as the first day you step from Mutara Mohammed Airport to any other country. That mentality is in your brain. And anywhere you go, you have to behave like them. So please, I'm urging all of you. I don't know what I will say. I will provoke others, and I don't know how. That's why I always try to be myself because I try to learn with people before I can be able to communicate with them. That is also part of my culture and tradition. I cannot come up one day and start telling you this and that. No, I have to learn how do you behave, what can I do, and what you and how can I, So I'm always be careful. And I live here in Germany, so automatically I'm here. There's a lot of things that the Biafrans is doing that is hurting me over. When I see people criticizing each other, differentiating against themselves and saying that they're better than each other and they're better than this. Why are you better than me? If you're better than me, then you're better than me. You cannot be better than me and be worse than me. You can be only one. And if you are that, it's your privilege. You just take it and leave it. And allow the other person that you are better than to also to live. Because if I'm better than you and I criticizing you, I'm better than you, how do you feel it? How do you feel? If I'm discriminating, or if I'm rich, I'm trying to tell you I'm rich. Or if I go to school, I tell you I'm intelligent and you are not. No. Going to school is not intelligent. I think if I can turn it in my own upside down way, going to school is for the fools to go and learn something that they don't know. But somebody who knows something can also learn how to write his own personal story. So if you give everything a chance to exist, we know that you see that there will be no problem. If you learn how to understand your own self, please try to learn how to understand each other. If you don't want to know that, if you don't want to learn how to understand each other, then try to live your own life, private life. Don't use it to bring it to other people's life. Yeah. It will destroy a lot of things. And some people don't know that. If you are better than me, then you're better than me. And they allow me to be the one that someone is better than us. But if we can come together with each other, we have to know how to give each other respect and know how to love each other and know how to